Hello everybody, Sacramento Pokemon League Soren here, giving you another GLC deck profile. Today we're going to be going over Fire. Fire is one of my favorite types, super underrated, you never see it top. It's really good, especially with grass in the meta. People are putting 40 plus health on everything, and it's super annoying. Fire is a great way to get around that, and a bunch of other decks. You can even beat water with this deck. It's extremely strong. People will not see it coming, especially because nobody reads fire cards. They think they're stupid. And I think they're stupid. So let's get into this deck profile. I have Heatmor. He is a basic, and he says Exciting Flame, 90 damage for 3 energy. If this Pokemon has exactly 3 extra energy attached, he does... not exactly. At least 3 extra energy attached. He does 180 to a bench. That is insane. You will be able to snipe out anything in the game, and it is an excellent attack to use boss on, because if you boss up a 90 health thing, you one-shot a 180. There's literally nothing in the game that I think can live through 180. That is an insane amount of damage. Then we have Entei. He's your revenge killer. Rally back. If any of your opponent's Pokemon was knocked out by damage, you do 90 more. It's 30 base. It's 120. If you have Magma Basin, you can charge this on the back line and attach one. Magma Basin is going to be kind of your starter, or welder, or blacksmith, because you have a lot of options with this deck, and this is exactly why I like Fire so much. You have Ho-Oh. He is 50 spread for 2 energy, and then for 3 energy, 2 fires and a colorless. Discard energy from this Pokemon, 120. You play heat energy, so if you discard a fire, it just gets reattached. So he's a pretty solid Pokemon. I mean, sniping for 50 in GLC is extremely important. It's extremely versatile. I think this is one of the better cards in the deck. It will surprise you with its utility. We have Castform Sunny Form. It says discard a stadium play. If you can't, this attack does nothing. You're not going to use it for the ability. If you're playing 8 stadiums in GLC, you're crazy. So we're going to use a high pressure blast for 2 fires and a colorless. And you have to discard the stadium and play to deal that 150. It's a very respectable amount. We're basically using it for the free retreat. It's an excellent pivoter. I love it a lot. Now we're getting into the non-basic lines. So we have Salandit. You have Call Sign. It's just for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. This means you can get out cards like Charizard or pretty much any of your middle evolutions for any of your fire Pokemon. You can even get out right here, Salazzle. Salazzle's ability is kind of like Trade, but you can only discard an energy and you draw 3 instead. So it's a very strong card, especially because you want to be getting your energies in the discard. It's very strong, combos really well with Welder and Blacksmith. And even if you don't have it all, we have Fire Crystal in this deck. You can retrieve 3 fire energy from the discard just with 1 item card. So this is very strong, pairs really well with the deck. We have Pyroar and Litleo. Now this one I don't see a lot of play, but I don't see a lot of play of this one. I think it's extremely important you run this if you're trying to use the doubling energy Charizard, because you get to boss something up, meaning that you can snipe something with Heatmor. You can basically take 2 prizes in 1 turn. That's the name of the game in GLC, and it's discard 1 fire as well. So you're starting up your Blacksmith or Welder combos. Then we have Slugma and Magcargo. You can combo this really well with Salazzle. You can stack the top of your deck. So let's say they Marnie you, you draw into exactly what you top stacked. Or let's say you had a fire energy, you can roast reveal, draw 3, grab whatever you top stacked, and then get out of any jam. Pretty much, you have a computer search every turn. This is one of the best cards in Expanded. People use it all the time with Colossal. It's an excellent card. I am surprised there aren't a lot of Fire GLC players, because this card definitely carries the deck as well as Salazzle. Honestly, a lot of the Fire support is really broken as well. It should definitely be higher placed. We have the Charizard line. Charmander has just collect, draw a card. I just like this one because it came out of like a Costco box and nobody bought it, and now it's like $10 for some reason. Then we have the Charmeleon. Burning Fighter discards the top 5. Any energy you find there, let me double check. Any basic fire energy cards you find there, you can attach to Charmeleon. I like this one because it mills out a lot of your dead draws, or it can mill out a lot of your really good draws, but being able to attach those fire energies is pretty cool. And if you have Versus Seeker in hand, it's not a bad play, because if you mill a Welder or you mill anything that can get you a new combo, you can use it off of Versus Seeker. Discarding is not bad in Expanded. Then we have Charizard. It doubles the fire energy. This is one of the strongest cards in the deck. It makes your Heatmor live. It makes your Entei live with 1 energy. It makes pretty much all your double energy attackers live, which is really, really strong. And then another really, really strong understated card is Growlithe. Growlithe says attach 1 fire energy, warm up, grab a fire energy from your deck, and put it on any of your Pokemon. If you are dead drawing, this thing will thin out all the energies that are bricking you. This thing is insanely good, and you're getting them in the discard if you want to attach them to Growlithe itself and, you know, start swinging with Combustion, or you can evolve into Arcanine. It can help you with Welder. It's just really, really good because it starts searching out those fires from your deck. You stop bricking until you get Salazzle. We have Arcanine, 3 fire energy. It says attach 2 fire energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon for 3 energy for 120 damage. That is very respectable. Remember, that is Ho-Oh's damage. That is also 30 under what Castform was doing. So this is already an extremely strong attack. And not only that, you're charging 2 fire from the discard to one of your benched Pokemon. That means that you're getting 4 if you have Charizard up. So this is an extremely strong card, underrated. I think it's super good. Then obviously you have your balls. I got Nest Ball, Hisuian Heavy, Ultra Ball, Quick Ball, Level Ball, and then your Searcher is Evo Incense. These are pretty standard. Level Ball can grab Magcargo, really good combo. You also have candidates like Growlithe. It's not super impactful in this deck. I just think it's all right. Quick Ball's great. Ultra Ball kind of hurts. You just need the search, though. It doesn't really benefit from going lower in hand. The only thing that I could think of is possibly Blacksmith. But again, you know, that's just a circumstance. Hisuian Heavy grabs things that you need out of your prizes. Obviously, you know, if you missed your Charmander, you're definitely going to need that out because that's your game plan, or your Heatmor. Nest Ball grabs a basic fire, and there are some pretty hefty ones like Entei or Ho-Oh if you need out. Though it's a really good option to use that Nest Ball. We have Float Stone. What can I say? A lot of fire Pokemon have heavy retreat. That's the one downside, but really, if you're doubling your energy, everything just has 2 retreat costs, so it's not bad. Pal Pad, Welder, Blacksmith, we get the game. Literally just only recycle those 2. I can't see a time where it's not just worth it to recycle those 2. Field Blower, you can just... it's just one of the best cards in Expanded, one of the best cards in GLC. Just remove a Stadium or a tool. Super Rod, this gets your fires back in the deck, especially if you're running a Salazzle engine. You can get all 3 fires back in, or you need, you know, one on your line. It's just very versatile. We have Fiery Torch, discard a fire energy and draw 2 cards. This is extremely good, especially early game when you wanted the fire energies in the discard and you drew a bunch of them in your hand. This makes it so that's live early. It's pretty much like having a one-time use Salazzle. That's a little worse. You have Muscle Band. All your Pokemon start doing more damage. It's really good with things like Castform's High Pressure Blast, or anything that just barely hits off of hitting max. By the way, I didn't mention it, but the Charizard said discard all fire energy card from this Pokemon. You can also use heat energy with that. 170 is extremely respectable. You'll only have to attach 1 more after you swing with it. It's a very strong Pokemon. That's your last resort, though, because you will lose your fire doubling when it goes away. Rare Candy, super good. Use it with Charmander. Use it with Charmander and get Charizard out. Super good. Ordinary Rod. This one's if you're missing a lot of Pokemon and fire energy, you want to be using this one. Fire Crystal gets your fire energies out of your discard pile. A lot of times you will run out of fire energies because you have just turboed everything out of your deck. This will put them into your hand, make them live. You can attach, you can Salazzle, you can Fiery Torch. There are a ton of combos. Superior Energy Retrieval does the same thing, but it does it a little better at the cost of 2 cards. So it's pretty much an Ultra Ball for the retrieval, but it goes in straight into your hand. Versus Seeker, super solid card. Get your Welders, get your Blacksmiths. And speaking of Welder and Blacksmith, we have Welder and Blacksmith. Welder says attach 2 fire energy cards from your hand and attach to a fire Pokemon. Oh, it doesn't even say fire Pokemon. It says Pokemon. One of the best cards of all time. Love that card. Works really well with Crystal. Works really well with Superior Energy Retrieval. Works really well with having 2 fire energies in your hand out of nowhere, or Giant Hearth. Then we have Blacksmith. Attach 2 from your discard. That's why you're discarding so many fire energies. That's why you play so many fire energies. Gloria gets your board started, obviously. Cynthia and Caitlin grabs a support on the discard, draw 3. You can discard as well if you draw for the draw 3 effect. Helps your fires. And obviously, comeback card. Professor's Research. Discard your hand, draw 7. Never hurts to discard with this deck, and that's exactly why you play both rods. Sonia searches either 2 basic fire or 2 basic Pokemon out of your deck. It's just a little bit worse than Gloria, and not only that, it's in terms of searching for Pokemon, and then you have the option to grab the fires if you really need them. It's super versatile, especially with this deck where you're kind of bouncing a lot of basic energies around the board. Ball Guy just searches your balls out of your deck. You play 5. Why not play Ball Guy? It's basically another Gloria, and it may be a little better, especially if you're looking for cards like Magcargo. Colress, you're going to be benching a lot with this deck. And in GLC, you're probably going to face a dude who's benching everything as well. So might as well draw 10 after your reshuffle, right? That's just too good. Guzma, obviously, just fat retreats, so it's pretty good for this deck as well. I mean, you do run Castform, so if you you have Castform on the field and you boss something up, you can, obviously make a retreat play, so you are effectively just using boss. Raihan, obviously, just got all the fires in the discard. Might as well. It's a computer search as well, so why not? Got Bridget. This is your 3rd form of searching. Obviously, you just want to have a really good board setup at the start, and a lot of your Pokemon are live after you bench them, so might as well get them charged, ready to swing. We have Scorched Earth. I don't see this a lot, especially in fighting. I think it's underused, especially the way that fighting has no draw support. You should definitely play Scorched Earth. But in fire, it gets 1 in the discard. It's amazing. It's basically your main Fiery Torch. Fiery Torch is just another copy of Scorched Earth as an item, one-time use. Giant Hearth grabs 2 Fire Engine out of your discard. You can combo it with Torch, as I said, or Crystal, or just having a Fire Engine in your hand. You just want to be able to draw or get them out, get the fire energies on your Pokemon or in the discard, wherever you need them to be. Giant Hearth would definitely help you out there. Magma Basin puts 1 from your discard on your bench. Is basically just free metal links. It's stupid. I really like it. It's one of the best cards on fire. I'm so glad they printed it. I think that fire has been hard slept on since Brilliant Stars. It is amazing. And then we have Burning Energy. When this would be discarded from the cost of an attack, you then don't discard it, just put it back on the Pokemon. And then the fire energy count we run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's a very hefty fire energy cost, but we run a lot of search, a lot of discard, everything to get these bricks into not bricks, because they're basically the lifeblood of your deck. This deck does not feel like you have a lot of energy, even though you do play a ton of energy, because all these energies kind of bounce, they get attached, you just cheat them on. It doesn't feel like you're ever out of energy with this deck. The only time this is bad is when you don't have anything that turbos the energy out or on to your Pokemon, and it rarely happens. There are so many copies, it feels like playing a standard deck. This is exactly why I love Fire GLC. I think it's one of the best decks in the format. I think it's underplayed, and I think it should be seeing a lot more play. It should definitely top. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you at locals, hopefully seeing you play GLC. It's a really cool format, and I think Fire is a strong contender.